In this devotional, I'm going to share with you 3 thoughts from Luke chapter 22, verses 66 through 71, where I'll answer the question, what did Jesus say in court? Luke 22, verses 66 through 71 says, When day came, the assembly of the elders of the people gathered together, both chief priests and scribes, and they led him away to their council. And they said, If you are the Christ, tell us. But he said to them, If I tell you, you will not believe. And if I ask you, you will not answer. But from now on, the Son of Man shall be seated at the right hand of the power of God. So they all said, Are you the Son of God then? And he said to them, You say that I am. Then they said, What further testimony do we need? We have heard it ourselves from his own lips. When Jesus is put on trial, he's put on trial primarily for blasphemy. And the blasphemy is this. Jesus is stating that he is the Messiah, that he is the Son of God, that he himself is divine. Jesus is saying all of these things, and for the chief priests, for the rulers, for the fellows who are sort of the religious elite of the Jews, they cannot have this. They will not tolerate it, even though Jesus is simply telling them the truth. So they arrest him, and when they arrest him, they put him through a court that is nothing more than a kangaroo court, where the decisions were already made beforehand. With that idea in mind, here are 3 thoughts from Luke chapter 22, verses 66 through 71, answering the question, what did Jesus say in court? Thought number 1, Jewish denial. Jesus says that it doesn't matter what he says to them. It doesn't matter what answer he gives. It doesn't matter what questions he asks. The people are not going to believe him. They're not going to believe him because they already have their answer for who he is in mind. They have already figured out the conclusion of everything that is going on. They have plotted and they have schemed and they have devised their plans. So it doesn't even matter what Jesus says. The Jewish leaders there are going to deny whatever it is that he tells them. And this is something that we need to pay attention to, that a lot of people will have already decided who Jesus is before we even begin to interact with them. A lot of folks already have it in their mind who he is, what he's about, and what all of his statements mean before they've ever even really considered them. That's what happened with the Jews who are trying Jesus, and it still happens today. Thought number 2, God's right hand. Jesus says it doesn't matter what he says. They're not going to believe him, but he is going to be seated at the right hand of the power of God. That he is going to be exalted. He's going to be glorified. He is going to be put in this position of honor over all things. This is a little bit of a foreshadow of the Great Commission where he says, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. This is where he is stating that he is the Messiah and that he is going to have all of the power of God at his disposal, and he will rightly do all that the Messiah has been said to do. Jesus is saying that he is going to be at the right hand of God, that he is going to have all of this power and authority because he has been faithful to what the Lord has commanded him to do. When he says that, the Jews, the chief priests, the scribes, they don't like what he has said. Thought number 3, Son of God. They say, Are you the Son of God then? They ask him point blank, Are you the Messiah? Are you the Son of God? And Jesus says, You have said that I am. He points out that these folks, by everything that they're doing, is confirming that Jesus is the Son of God. That what they're doing is fulfilling this prophecy that the folks had heard about and learned about all throughout their life. That what they're doing is simply fulfilling all that has been said about Jesus. That Jesus is in fact the Son of God, and that he will suffer as is prophesied in Isaiah 53. That he is the suffering servant, that he is the one who will be crushed for the benefit of the people of God. See, Jesus is the Son of God, and as the Son of God, we, the people of earth, will hate him. We will despise him. We will attempt to kill him. And this is exactly what the chief priests, the rulers, the elders, the leaders of the people of Israel, this is exactly what they're doing. Because ultimately, you cannot be one of the people of God unless he draws you. to himself. Jesus knows this, and we know this now because it's been revealed to us in the scriptures. These three thoughts come to us from the assigned reading of Luke chapters 21 and 22. If you'd like to read through the Bible with me, you can do so by subscribing to this channel, by clicking on the link in the description, or by joining the Facebook group Through the Bible, where we are reading the text of Scripture together.